Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves, a Gran Turismo movie with David Harbour, Stephen King's fairy tale heading to the big screen, a Matthew McConaughey project scrapped due to allegations, and Sophia Coppola lines up an Elvis and Priscilla Presley movie. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Screen Realm. My name's Guillermo, and this is the second round of me attempting to kick off a weekly movie news series, but really, I think this is it. Really. Towards the end of every week, I'm going to be giving you a rundown of at least a few of the biggest movie news stories that dropped in the previous 7 days. These were stories that were reported and factual at the time of recording. So, episode 1, here we go. First up, Constantine 2. That's right, 17 years after the first film, Warner Brothers has a new Constantine movie in the works, with Reeves set to reprise the role as the DC Comics exorcist and demonologist. Reeves will be reuniting with filmmaker Francis Lawrence, the I Am Legend, Hunger Games Mockingjay Helmer who made his first film as director with 2005's Constantine. Deadline broke the news, reporting that the screenplay will be coming from Akiva Goldsman, whose many credits include A Beautiful Mind, I, Robot, Cinderella Man, I Am Legend, as well as Star Trek shows Discovery, Strange New Worlds, and Picard. Goldsman will also be on board as producer, as will J.J. Abrams via his Bad Robot banner. Hollywood Reporter further confirmed the news, mentioning that this development comes as Constantine, the series that Abrams had in the works at HBO Max, is no longer happening, but it could be picked up by another company down the track. We'll see what happens there. Gran Turismo with David Harbour. Stranger Things star David Harbour and Orlando Bloom are set to star in a Gran Turismo movie, a Sony Pictures project based on the popular racing video game franchise. As reported by The Hollywood Reporter, the film has been titled Turismo and will be based on the true story of a teen Gran Turismo game player who managed to win a series of Nissan competitions to become an actual professional race car driver. Harbour has been cast as a retired driver who teaches the teenager how to ace it behind the wheel, and taking on the role of the teen is Archie Madekwe, whose credits include Apple Series C, the horror film Midsummer, and Voyagers. I couldn't spot details on who Bloom will be playing. Directing the film is Neil Blomkamp, making a bit of a departure from the sci-fi genre. Blomkamp previously directed District 9, Elysium, and Chappie. As of now, Sony has lined up Turismo for a US release on August 11th, 2023. Stephen King's fairy tale is heading to the screen, and a director has been chosen. Filmmaker Paul Greengrass, known for tense true story pictures such as Captain Phillips and United 93, as well as Jason Bourne films The Bourne Supremacy and The Bourne Ultimatum, is set to direct, write, and produce a Stephen King adaptation. This is to be based on Fairy Tale, the Stephen King dark fantasy novel published in early September. Deadline broke the news, reporting that King made his usual deal and offered Greengrass the rights for just $1, but King will reportedly be getting a healthy back end, so if the film does well, so does King. The plot tells of a teenage boy who inherits the keys to a parallel world, accessed through a portal in a shed belonging to the late elderly man he was doing jobs for. He soon finds himself caught up in a war between good and evil, where the stakes couldn't be higher for both their world and ours. Fairy Tale is a work of genius, Greengrass said in a statement, a classic adventure story and also a disturbing contemporary allegory. Regarding the choice of director, King said, "Needless to say, I'm a Paul Greengrass fan, and I think he's a wonderful choice for this film." At the time of recording, the project is being shopped around, although you can expect a studio or a streaming service to jump on board pretty quickly. A Matthew McConaughey film scrapped due to allegations. With just around 6 weeks to go until cameras were to start rolling, a sports film set to star Matthew McConaughey has been scrapped by Skydance. The project, titled Dallas Sting, was to tell the true story of a Dallas high school girls soccer team that traveled to China in 1984 and, against the odds, took on and beat a number of the world's best women's teams. McConaughey was on board to play the real-life coach Bill Kinder, with Booksmart and Dope Sick star Caitlin Dever set to play his daughter. Now, as for why the film was scrapped, allegations. Initial reports from the likes of Deadline and Hollywood Reporter said that Skydance and the film's producers were made aware of certain allegations and decided that they were serious enough to pull the film. Daily Mail, however, has a report that the allegations were directed at the former coach himself, Bill Kinder. According to Daily Mail, Kinder, who is now 83, I quote, said an unknown accuser sent a letter to Skydance claiming he touched someone outside their clothes around 40 years ago and called his players inappropriate nicknames. Kinder denied the claims and said the company hired investigators who quizzed him and his players, now adult women, on the allegations and allegedly told him there was nothing there. The film was to be directed by Cary Scogland, who helmed all 6 episodes of Marvel series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oscar-winning filmmaker Sophia Coppola has lined up her next film, and it's a film about Priscilla and Elvis Presley, who reportedly first met when he was 24 and she was 14. They were married when she was 21 and he was 32, and the marriage lasted 6 years. They had one child, Lisa Marie Presley. The Lost in Translation, Virgin Suicides, and Bling Ring director is also set to write the screenplay for the film, which has been titled Priscilla. This is an adaptation of Priscilla Presley's best-selling 1985 memoir titled Elvis and Me. Coppola has already cast a famous couple. Set to play Priscilla is Kaylee Spaney, mayor of Easttown, The Craft Legacy, and cast as Elvis is Aussie actor Jacob Elordi, Euphoria and The Kissing Booth. Baz Luhrmann, of course, tackled his own Presley story recently with Elvis. That film had Austin Butler playing Elvis and Olivia de Jong playing Priscilla. That about does it for me, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. If you have any thoughts on any of those news stories, I'm pretty pumped that Keanu is returning as Constantine. Be sure to let us know and discuss in the comment section below. And in case you still haven't, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. We've got a lot more on the way, including interviews and reviews. I'll catch you next time.